I've been fighting for so long, didn't know no other way, carrying my anger like a rifle every day. But standing in the moonlight, I couldn't hold him anymore. The night I laid my weapons down upon the floor, my fist unclenched, my jaw relaxed, my shoulders finally dropped. All the battles I'd been waging suddenly just stopped. I set down every argument, every grudge I'd held so tight. The night I laid my weapons down, that night. The night I laid my weapons down, I felt the weight release. No more fighting with the world, just blessed peace. The night I laid my weapons down and walked away unarmed. Jesus said, son, you don't need weapons in my kingdom here. I'm your defender, I'm your shield, you got nothing to fear. Now I walk without my armor, vulnerable and free. The night I laid my weapons down, he covered me. Weapons weigh us down, keep us in the fight. Laying them down brings us to the light. The night I laid my weapons down was the night I won the war. Not through fighting harder, but through opening the door. The night I laid my weapons down, now I'm standing strong. Yeah, the night I laid my weapons down, and I've been free all along. Now my hands are empty, no more weapons to be found. The night I laid my weapons down and stood on holy ground. I've been running from the quiet, filling up my days with sound, afraid of what the stillness might reveal if I slowed down. But every time I ran away, he'd be there waiting still. God waited in the silence, I tried to escape his will was still. I turned up every radio, talked over every pause, avoided any moment where I'd have to face the cause. But silence has a patient way of catching up at last. God waited in the silence, I tried to escape, held fast. God waited in the silence, I tried to escape. In the quiet I had fled, where all my fears were loudest and truth had to be said. God waited in the silence, I tried to escape, and he's still waiting there. Verse 3. Finally I stopped running, let the quiet have its way. Discovered God was speaking in what I couldn't say. Now I seek the silence, don't avoid it anymore. God waited in the silence, I tried to escape. Open the door. Silence holds the presence of the God we try to flee. He waits there in the stillness for us to finally see. God waited in the silence, I tried to escape. With endless patience, true, never gave up hoping I'd come running to. God waited in the silence, I tried to escape. Now I'm listening still. Yeah, God waited in the silence, I tried to escape. And I'm doing His will. Now I enter silence daily, like coming home at last. God waited in the silence, I tried to escape, and the running days are past. Mile by mile it wore me down, stripped away my might. Every step removed a piece of what I thought was right. I arrived at journey's end with nothing left to give. The road took my strength but left me grace to live. I thought I'd need my power to make it through the day, but the highway had a different plan, took it all away. In exchange for my strength, it gave me something more. The road took my strength but left me grace at the core. The road took my strength but left me grace. In the fairest trade, weakness for God's mercy that will never fade. The road took my strength but left me grace. Grace is all I need. God said, son, I had to take your strength so you could see that my grace is all sufficient. That's the only guarantee. Now I travel roads that weaken me, make me depend. The road took my strength but left me grace, my truest friend. Roads strip away our power so grace can take its place, taking strength to show us the beauty of God's grace. The road took my strength but left me grace, and I'm stronger than before. Not in muscle, not in might, but in what grace is for. The road took my strength but left me grace. Now I'm walking right. Yeah, the road took my strength but left me grace, and grace is my true might. Now I'm grateful for the taking, for the strength I had to lose. The road took my strength but left me grace. And grace is what I choose. was down there in the blackness, on my knees without a light, praying in the shadows, hoping for some sight. But I wasn't alone there. Something else was in that space. The cross found me kneeling in the dark, face to face. I couldn't see it clearly, but I felt its presence near, standing right beside me, removing all my fear. It had been there all along, waiting in the night. The cross found me kneeling in the dark, made it right. The cross found me kneeling in the dark, where I thought I was alone. Right there in the darkness, on that holy stone. The cross found me kneeling in the dark and lit up everything. Jesus said, I meet my children in their darkest hours here. The cross shines brightest in the black, making everything clear. Now I know that darkness is an absence of His love. The cross found me kneeling in the dark from above. The cross seeks us in darkness, where we kneel and pray, meets us in the shadows, shows us the way. The cross found me kneeling in the dark, brought me to the light. Didn't wait for morning, came into my night. The cross found me kneeling in the dark. Now I'm standing tall. Yeah, the cross found me kneeling in the dark and answered my call. Now I'm not afraid of darkness or kneeling on my own. The cross found me kneeling in the dark and led me home. I've been gripping on to everything, holding way too tight. My plans, my pain, my promises, with all my might. But something broke inside me, loosened up my hold the night my heart finally let go, made me bold. My fingers started opening, releasing one by one everything I'd clutched so hard, every battle I thought I'd won. And when my hands were empty, when I'd let it all fall free, the night my heart finally let go rescued me. The night my heart finally let go, I felt the burden lift. No more holding on to what wasn't mine to grip. The night my heart finally let go, and peace came rushing in. God said, son, your heart was meant to hold me, not your plans. I've been waiting for the moment you'd release those tired hands. Now I practice letting go of everything I can't control. The night my heart finally let go, save my soul. Hearts must learn to open, to release what they can't keep. Letting go is holy, makes our faith run deep. The night my heart finally let go was the night I found my rest. No more grasping desperately, just trusting what is best. The night my heart finally let go, now I'm living free. Yeah, the night my heart finally let go, and God took hold of me. Now my hands stay open, don't hold nothing tight. The night my heart finally let go, and everything's alright. I'd reached the end of optimism and couldn't see a way ahead. Every door had closed before me, every dream was dead. Right there in that hopeless place, in that desperate drought, God sat with me where hope ran out, no doubt. He didn't try to cheer me up, didn't offer empty words, just pulled up beside my sorrow, sat there undeterred. His presence in my darkness was the only light I'd found. God sat with me where hope ran out on that ground. God sat with me where hope ran out, at the ending of my road, right there in the hopelessness. He became my hope. God sat with me where hope Mine is just beginning. I'm the God of resurrection. I specialize in winning. When you can't see any future, that's when mine appears. God sat with me where hope ran out through my tears. When our hope runs dry, God's hope flows in. He sits in our despair, where new life can begin. God sat with me where hope ran out and gave me His instead. Didn't need my optimism, just my bowed down head. God sat with me where hope ran out. Now I'm hoping still. Yeah, God sat with me where hope ran out, and I'm doing His will. Now when hope runs out, I know just what to do. God sat with me where hope ran out, and His hope carried me through. Brought my terror to the quiet, didn't know what else to do. Laid it down in stillness, hoping for a clue. But instead of taking nothing, silence made a trade that day. The silence took my fear and gave me faith to stay. Watch my dread dissolve there in the absence of all sound. Fear evaporated, faith rose from the ground. The quiet was alchemical, transforming what I'd brought. The silence took my fear and gave me faith I'd sought. The silence took my fear and gave me faith. In the sacred exchange, traded terror for believing, made the rearrange. The silence took my fear and gave me faith, and I walked away changed. God said, son, in silence is where transformation starts, where I take your greatest weakness and give you brand new hearts. Now I bring my fears to silence, let it do its holy work. The silence took my fear and gave me faith, removed the hurt. Is the traitor, takes what weighs us down, gives us faith to carry as our golden crown. The silence took my fear and gave me faith, like a holy theft divine, stole my terror from me, left me something fine. The silence took my fear and trade with silence. Every chance I get, the silence took my fear and gave me faith, and I won't forget. I met grace waiting where I fell apart. I came undone completely, shattered into pieces small. Everything I'd held together finally hit the wall. But standing in that wreckage, in the ruins of my heart, I met grace waiting where I fell apart from the start. It wasn't surprised to see me broken on the ground, like it had been expecting me, knew I'd come around. Right there in my scattering, in my complete defeat, I met grace waiting where I fell apart, bittersweet. I met grace waiting where I fell apart in the scattered mess. Didn't need me whole, just gave me his best. I met grace waiting where I fell apart and began to piece me back. God said, son, I station grace at every breaking point, at every place you'll fall apart, at every painful joint. Now I'm not afraid of breaking, not afraid to lose control. I met grace waiting where I fell apart, made me whole. Grace waits at breaking points, knows we're coming there, stations itself in ruins to show divine care. I met grace waiting where I fell apart, like an appointment kept. Found me in my fragments while I wept. I met grace waiting where I fell apart. Now I'm standing strong. I fell apart where I belonged all along. Now I know that falling apart ain't the end of my story. I met grace waiting where I fell apart, found God's glory. I stumbled down that highway, making every mistake known, falling off the path, getting up, walking along. But the asphalt never criticized, never walked away. The road didn't judge me, it stayed every day. It witnessed all my failures, saw me at my worst, watched me repeat patterns like I'd been cursed, but never once abandoned me, never turned its back. The road didn't judge me, it stayed on track. The road didn't judge me, it stayed with patience, steady grace, held me without condemnation. Father's way of loving without judgment, staying come what may. Now I try to be like the road, present without blame. The road didn't judge me, it stayed just the same. Staying without judgment is the highest form of love. The road shows us mercy from the Father above. The road didn't judge me, it stayed while I found my way home. Never once condemned me, never left me alone. The road didn't judge me, it stayed. Now I understand. Yeah, the road didn't judge me, it stayed and held out its hand. Now I try to stay like the road does, I'm present without shame. The road didn't judge me, it stayed and loved me just the same. I've been shouting over shadows, wouldn't let them have a say. Scared of what the darkness might reveal in its own way. But something made me quiet, made me give the night its turn. The night I let the darkness speak, I'd learn. It started speaking slowly, telling me hard truths about the things I'd buried, about my wasted youth. But mixed in with the painful was a message clear and bright. The night I let the darkness speak brought light. The night I let the darkness speak, I heard what I needed to know. All the truth I'd been avoiding started to show. The night I let the darkness speak, and truth set me free. God said, son, sometimes darkness has important things to say about the state you're in, about the price you've had to pay. Listen to the night when it speaks truth to your soul. The night I let the darkness speak made me whole. Darkness has a message when we let it through. Sometimes night speaks honestly what day can't do. The night I let the darkness speak was the night I came alive. No more shouting over shadows, just learning to survive. The night I let the darkness speak led me to the dawn. Yeah, the night I let the darkness speak and help me carry on. Now listen to the darkness when it has something to say night I let the darkness speak and showed me the way.